Alright, hello and welcome to the stream. My name is ArseyRC and we are live on the AthosCraft server where people are working in the dungeon games. And so we are going to, one, be following a couple people around, two, looking at some of the back end redstone of how this system works, trying not to give any spoilers away, of course. Listening to cave sounds, going craziness, and then the idea here that we also have to go and find some evidence of people's deaths. So we're going to do that today. So let's go live on the AthosCraft server. So here we are down inside the dungeon. Coming in, let's go see. Now there's gonna be some music play. I've got the copyright information in the description, so no claim it. Oh, it didn't play. There's a pause, then it's gonna play. Good, didn't have to play it right now. But anyway, so we are going to be looking around. We have some pranks, but Purple's hanging around over here, so we can't prank Purple yet. So we have to wait. But we are gonna go ahead and go into the dungeon. There's Purple, she's got her hand up in the air. Hello, Purple. Alright, so everybody look away for a split second. Nobody sees anything. Alright, so we are into the back area of the dungeon. And so there's quite a bit of redstone going on in here. So first of all, this is the store. So this is the item shop. And let's go and see quickly what's there. So there's one key available in the shop to purchase. And 2 lava savers, or as somebody likes to call it, lava juice. So they're still available for sale. Limited time. Only 1 book left, peeps. So go get them if you haven't bought your thing yet. But from the redstone perspective, just show it quickly. This barrel is where you put your money in. This is an item filter, which literally just a standard filter, which filters out that you only put in diamonds. As you go over here, this comparator will notice that a diamond went through, send a signal through to this dispenser, which holds the item, and you can't see it, but in front of both of these 2 dispensers is another dispenser pointing straight upwards. So basically the signal will put the item from this dispenser into the other one, and then the red zone signal will ship it up through the floor. And then the other one here works basically with the barrel, a standard sorting system. When this hopper sees an item go through it, meaning a diamond, then it sends a redstone signal to this dispenser here, which again then automatically sends a signal to the dispenser that's hidden in there to ship it up to the floor. So I can control either of these. And at any point, there's additional redstone signals coming off of this dispenser. So there are 2 potions in here. That means there's a signal which literally goes around all the way around this green wool. It's quite messy, but basically turns on the light to say we have stock. And the same thing, this purple will, or the same thing over here, is there is a hidden deep in here, a comparator which basically says, okay, there's something in that dispenser. So there's still stock left, and turns the other light on. So that's pretty straightforward. If you want to build something like that, you can just pause the video and look at it from that perspective. Simple piston door. I don't think I need to explain that simple of a piston door. But anyways, so this is some crazy redstone. Thanks to Tony for helping out with this. We had designed a similar system to this for the loot box machine in the shopping district. But we took this to another level. So in the dungeon, as you find different tokens, you deposit your token into a barrel, which is right there. And then it follows this hopper line and essentially goes into a sorting system here. So it knows what color of token you put in. Obviously, you can see the wool in behind. Those are the different color tokens. And so then based on that information, once the tokens get through, it sends a signal through to those 4 colored wools out here, which in turn sends a signal to the appropriate dispenser. In the dispenser are various sticks. So this is this I believe is the epic and the epic one. Oh no, this is the legendary one. So there's sticks for sticks 12 and 13 in there. And then when we go here, sticks 1 through 7. So that's the redstone one. And so different sticks are available. Ooh, that one's getting low. Oh, that's the legendary one. There, stick 14. So that was epic. Yeah, so that's the epic one. That's legendary. So different sticks are for the different colors of items, and that'll randomize it into that. So when the stick goes out of here, then it literally goes down into this next section, and there's another huge filter system here with 18 different dispensers, although I'm only using 14 of them for this. But essentially what happens is that it sorts those sticks into these, so we know which one of these is going to do. So hopper 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. And then each one of these dispensers has items randomized in it. So this is a redstone token one. So with a redstone token, chances are you're going to get a common item, but you do have a chance to get that rare item in the middle. And if there are overflow items, there'll be a couple of items in here. You'll see there's another common that's sort of waiting in the wings. And then over here, as you get into the bigger ones, okay, now you got some legendaries, some epics in there. So you have, again, a good chance of getting a common, but now you can get an epic and better chance at commons, etc. And as you go right over here to the 14th one, you can see you can still get commons, but now you can get legendaries. So that's sort of the idea. I think this is the last one. Yeah, so this is the last one. So basically, you're going to get legendary. You can get a dungeon entry key out of it, like there. So there are pretty decent prizes in there. So this is a pretty cool system, although it is fairly slow. So once that item dispenses the item, there's a hopper path which follows through all the way over here. And that, if I take this scaffolding here, will send the item over through this purple line into this chest, which then uses a dropper elevator and spits it out in the token box up there. It does take about 15 seconds, like 10 to 15 seconds for it to all happen. So I did add a note block up there to do a ding sound when your item appears, so you don't have to. Coming? Is it coming? Those kind of things, right? So that's sort of the idea with this whole system here. It's pretty cool, I must say. It's impressive. If anybody wants to know more detail about this kind of stuff and how it all works, just let me know. This here looks all pretty crazy because of all the comparators and repeaters and everything in here. It looks a lot more complicated than it is. Most of those are simply just to make sure that the signal stays in one line and doesn't go sideways. For the most part, there's no purpose for those repeaters other than keeping the signal where it's supposed to be. There's the note that I do, so when an item goes through this hopper, which is literally right at the chest, it'll just play a little note. You know it's there. All right, so there's the main token system in the store. Now we get into the key system. This is this is just craziness. I'll just say this now. I'm going to do my best to try and explain, look at this. It's just craziness. And if I go over here and, I fell. But you can see, there is literally redstone everywhere here. So let me do my best to explain how this works. All right, so it took a long time to figure all this out, and I've got it. But anyways, here it is. So this box right here is the box where you would enter any numbered keys if you had one. And so this torch right now is on because Tony happens to be in the dungeon right now. And so that is blocking this hopper, which means anybody who puts a key in this box right now, because Tony's in the dungeon, it will actually not drop out of that shulker. It'll actually stay there. So you know, hey, it's not going down. Somebody's in the dungeon. In addition to that, a signal gets sent up right there. You can see it. And that turns the light on there that says, hey, somebody's in the dungeon. So once the book goes into here, again, this is just a standard impulse modified filter system, which basically just looks for keys. They're not in order. Don't ask me why I didn't put them in order. But anyways, they're not in order. But yeah, so just filtering the keys. So what happens there is once it determines the right key, then what happens is this. This is where all the magic starts. So it's a little crazy in here. But anyways, coming out of these hoppers, when an item goes through with the sorting system, these torches will literally turn on and off. Those redstone torches right there. And there's 7 of them side by side, one for each book. So when those torches go on and off, all of this redstone is color coded for each book. So for instance, gray, which goes up there, that's for book number 1. Yellow is book number 2 right here. I believe pink, which is over there, is book number 3. So when you do the line, all as this redstone does is it doesn't do anything other than follow this craziness. But what it does do is, hopefully I have some feather falling here, woohoo, is it goes down into this area down in here. And all of this craziness looks really complicated, but it's just a way to get 7 lines to sort of go all to one place. So what goes on here is this is the redstone here. So when a key is entered, so for instance, key 3 is entered, what'll happen is this piston will be push that redstone block up. And that redstone block up means key 3 has been entered. So Tony's in the dungeon right now. He's got key 3, which is pink. He's got key 2, which is yellow. And key 1 is over here. You can see it right there. That's key number 1. So he's got keys 1, 2, and 3 in the dungeon. This is sort of the cool part. So let's follow key number 1. Yeah, we can follow key number 1. So with key number 1, when the key is in, that redstone block gets moved up. So what that does is it turns this signal on, and we can follow this signal. For those of you who have done the dungeon already, you know where key number 1 is, so I'm not spoiling. I think if you haven't done the dungeon, if you can figure out where in the dungeon this is based on the underbelly, well, all the power to you. So we follow key number 1 all the way across to here. And this is door number 1 right here, right? So that signal does 2 things. One is it opens that door. And there it is. And because that's a redstone block with pistons at the beginning, that door will just stay open the entire time you're in there. It also has a secondary signal, which follows along over here. Okay? Follow this along. Okay. And what happens is there's a couple of doors, like this door right here, that this is a door that is currently open because Tony's in there with keys 1 and 3. But this door here requires both keys 1 and 3 to be open. So I had to carry the key 1 signal through here, and then the pink is the key 3 signal coming in. This is an AND gate. So basically saying, okay, key 3 comes in, okay, that turns that on. Key 1 comes in, okay, that turns this off, and that torch on means that door will be open. The reason why I had to do it 2 ways is because there's some places in the dungeon that you can go around and come to the back of the door. And I still want that to require key number 1 to be open. So if you say, oh, I only need key 3 and I'm just going to put key 3 in, well, then that door won't be open. So I did do multiple doors like that basically both keys 1 and 3 had to come into it. Now, what the other part of this is when you get key 1. So for the most part, most of you know where you get key 1 by now. If you haven't, then I'm not going to give away too much. But anyway, so if I go way over here, you can just ignore all this craziness that I've got going on here. There it is there. Okay. So this area right here is where you get key number 1. If I look in here, look, there's all the paper for key number 1. Okay, key number 1. And so what happens is, first of all of the rewards in the entire dungeon have a double dispenser system. Otherwise, somebody could just look in this dropper and say, hey, I can just pull out, like maybe I put 20 tokens in here. They can just open the dropper and get 20 tokens. So all of the items are in this other dropper, and the signal gets sent to this dropper, which then puts the item into this dropper, and then that dropper with this little clock system here will automatically go. As soon as it detects an item in here, this little redstone right here will just say, okay, as soon as an item goes in, just spit it out. And so the item's only in this dropper for a split second, which is pretty cool. But what's cool about this is if key 1 is in use, I also have a redstone signal coming all the way from the beginning. So when we go all the way back to the beginning here, I go right here where this hopper was. So this redstone, this signal goes both to door number 1 to open it, but then it also goes to the location where you get the key number 1. And so you can see this redstone signal's active because he has key number 1 in. And if you follow this redstone signal, it actually, what it does is you can see this piston here, it locks that piston. So this one, when you push the button inside there to get key number 1, well, it's locked, so you can't push it. So in other words, every person, if you've used key number 1, you can't get another key. So basically that's what that signal does. So for each key, there's now 2 signals. Two from where you put the book in, 1 to the door to open it, and 1 to where you get the key in order to lock it so you can't get another copy of the key. So that's 2 of the signals. Now, when you're done the dungeon, you need to be able to reset everything. And as you can see here, I have this piston redstone block. So basically, when you push the button inside there to get your key, that redstone will be moved over here. These are not sticky pistons, they're just normal pistons. But what will happen is that then that redstone block will stay here, meaning if you push the button again, it won't do anything. That piston will fire, but the redstone's already in that place. So it basically says, hey, you can only do this once. But when you leave the dungeon and you reset it, I need that redstone block to be put back. This piston system is probably used 30 times through this dungeon. But anyway, so what happens is when you push the reset button, then every single place on every reward, every door, every key, everywhere in the entire system, those redstone things need to be reset. So I have a reset button. I'm not going to climb all the way up, but it's up there on top of that building. There's a brown line, and that's the reset button. So the reset button comes down here, right, and down along here. It hits this one, so that piston there fires, which closes key number 1, which means all the doors will close. The ability to get the key will be enabled again, and it's pretty. And then it's also set. This reset line then also goes all the way along here to every single one of these keys. You can see the brown line runs along there. So any keys that have been put in, basically the redstone blocks get pushed back down again, which meaning and when they get pushed down, like you can see, this one's down. So the green line, which I believe is key 6, all right, red is key 7, that they're turned off. So those doors will stay closed. But the reset lines also have to run all the way through the dungeon. If I go over here, I'll go up over here and show you. I can go up, yeah, I can go up right here. This will take me all the way up to the top of the dungeon. Ooh, ah! And so when I go to the top of the dungeon, and I go over here, you can see the extent of the dungeon in here, and the brown lines that you see running all the way through the dungeon here are the reset lines. And so every time this is pushed, these brown lines basically go to every single piston system in the entire dungeon and reset everything. So this one here, for instance, has not been activated on this run. So if Tony does activate it, that'll get pushed over. That red line signal will go, and then this dispenser right here will distribute an item. I believe this is the pressure plate room. Yes, this is the pressure plate room. The torture chamber. So the whole idea is to push the button at the back of the room, which for those of you who have done this pressure plate room, I've changed it so the button's no longer on the back wall. It's actually a block further in, and it's on the side wall now. But anyways, once you push that button, it literally just sends a redstone signal across to here. It pushes that redstone block over, and then that dispenses your token. In this case, it is a diamond token. So I can just fill these up with the appropriate tokens, which is fun. But you can see by the way this works, there is a ton of lines for all the reset lines and everything. And when I go across way over here, which I can't see Tony right now. Oh, Tony's in that room. I see where he is. I won't spoil anything. But anyways, that room that Tony's in right now has several things in it. There you go. But because it has several things in it, you can see this is the redstone for the room that he's currently in right now. So he has a choice to make. He has to make the right choice. I don't want to show any more of that, just in case. I do notice, however, is that half slabs? Yeah, those are half slabs. That's okay. All right. And then as you move throughout the dungeon, like every part and every single thing in the dungeon has a ton of silly redstone. I can jump, make this jump. There we go. Throughout, and I've gotten really good at parkour because the whole dungeon is parkour, not just this. So this is another room where like several redstone items literally have to come across and work together in order to get everything to work. So pretty cool. I mean, this is just, I hope everyone can appreciate the amount of time it has taken to do all this and the amount of resources. Ooh, a target block. I wonder what that's for. But yeah, so just to sort of get all the logic of this all together and craziness involved. So, well, yeah, see, there's another door. That is a key number 2 door because it's yellow. There you go. So, and then you can see, okay, there's something in that room. That something has to happen over here for that to happen over here, and those kind of things. There's the most crazy, though, I will say right now, the most crazy one is this one. Let me go see if I can get to an area where you can actually see this better. Okay, so there you go. So this build right here, all this redstone right up to those pistons and all the stuff up there on the roof is one puzzle. Yeah. So essentially what happens is this is the pressure plate room. And so what happens is the very bottom, there's a single torch on the bottom. That one right there, that is the master torch. If that torch is off, then the button is accessible and you can do it. But if you do anything wrong in the dungeon, then that torch will turn on, and that will literally trigger everything and turn everything back and close the access to that button at the end. And so what happens is, because it's a floor of pistons, if anybody's ever done a raising floor, so the entire floor goes up, this is the sort of a build that you have to do in order to get the entire floor to go up. If I go, I believe I can do this. I'll be able to make the jump. There we go. Then up through here. And you can see here, can I get in there without falling? Yeah, I think I can. So you can see, here's the pressure plate room. So what happens is these pistons, if you step on the wrong piston, then if you step on the wrong pressure plate, then the piston will send the redstone block down. And this redstone goes all the way through, and will literally signal at the end to say, hey, close, like hit that piston so the door closes. So that's sort of the idea. If you do anything wrong, the redstone block goes down and does it. Whenever you hit the reset button at the very end, then the entire floor raises and all of these redstone blocks get put back up again. And so you can also see that it's extremely easy for me to change the pattern, because all I have to do is replace this glass with a piston and put a piston up here, put redstone blocks, and then essentially just put a redstone line on the bottom where the path is. And so if any pressure plate is pressed, that's the wrong one, then the whole thing system comes in. The other thing I had to add, because people are cheesing it, and Tony's, one of the things I've asked Tony to do on this run is to see if he can try and cheese it again. I've had to add, right here, I've had to add tripwires into the system. So what happens is, I've added tripwires inside the system, and that will trip this right here, which then also sends a redstone signal around and to the door to close. So if you try and jump over the pressure plates, then the door will close. I've also had to add one more thing to make it so people couldn't cheat, and that was the button is now on the side, and you cannot actually reach the button from anywhere in the pressure plate room whatsoever. You actually have to jump up onto the ledge now to reach the button. I moved it 2 squares back, so you can't reach it from within the dungeon. So if you try and get close and then run and get the button, you won't get it. It'll close too quickly for you. So I'm sure Tony will come up with a way to cheese it. But that's sort of the idea. Hopefully, then that goes that way. So yeah, so there's a lot of what's in the dungeon. So for every key, there are 5 lines running into it. 1 to open the door. 1 to reset the door and close the door when you reset the dungeon. There's a line going to the location where the key is, so that when you deposit the key, that it says, hey, I've got the key, lock it so you can't get another key. There's a line that comes from the location of the key back to this system right here, which says, hey, I need to give the key, because the keys are available in the startup room. They're not available within the dungeon, so that somebody doesn't die and lose a key. So the keys are all stored in these areas. So when you get the key, there's another line running all the way back here to deposit your key in the right location. I need to get out of here. It's a bit of a nightmare navigating around in here now, but anyways. And when you deposit your key, you can't see it, but right down there is where the barrel is for your keys. So this hopper line here goes to where the barrel is. So this system here basically just says, hey, you got a key, send the key down to the barrel so it's ready for you when you come back out of the dungeon again. And last but not least, there's a reset line going to the key location, so that when the next person comes into the dungeon, the key is now available to them if they happen to not deposit the key. So there's 5 lines running from end to end in the dungeon for each key. There's 7 keys. So there are 35 of these lines running around the dungeon for no other purpose than to activate and open and close doors and allow people to get keys and progress through the dungeon. So there's 35 of these silly lines. Now, every token spot, I believe there are 22. Yes, there are 22 token locations total. And of those 22 token locations, every single one of them needs a locking mechanism, so you can only get 1 token per trip. Every single one of those token locations needs a reset to unlock it, so the next person can get a token. And then I'm building into it right now a system where, because people who have done the dungeon several times, Like once you get all 7 keys, there's a possibility you could come out of the dungeon with 22 tokens. So I'm building into the system a way that I will not be replenishing all of them, and I'll be putting a piece of paper in. So you'll get something, but it'll give you a piece of paper saying, out of stock. And so you may have done a whole parkour, you might have done something and actually not get a reward. I stocked them up pretty good, so the first time people go through, you should get a reward. But when you start coming back for repeated visits, there's a good chance that you won't get a token if you keep going back to the same spot over again. How long was this build to complete? We started it the exact same day that Tango Tech announced he was starting Decked Out. So the same day his very first video came out, within 10 minutes of watching that video, Tony and I were already talking about doing this. We also decided to go bigger than what Tango had done. I think I have to watch as a stream Tango just did, which was a reflection on his experience with Decked Out, and I haven't watched it yet. So, hey Atlas. So so I want to watch that video and see what he thinks. Garth says that he goes through the idea of what he thinks was a success and what was a fail. No worries, Atlas, that's fine. There's always a recording you can watch afterwards. And so I want to watch that and learn from his experience to see if there's improvements I can make with this. But to give you some perspective, Tango Tech's entire Decked Out, including the administration area, was a 100 by 100 dig. This down here is only the dungeon, and this is 144 by 144. So rather than being 7 chunks by 7 chunks, or actually 6 chunks by 6 chunks, we are 9 chunks by 9 chunks for 81 total chunks. So the dungeon itself is 81 total chunks. Like if I go from here and run across, I mean, you can just see how, if I stand in the middle here somewhere, you can just see how big this is. For those of you who have only gone in and not had any keys yet, you've only seen really that corner. There you go. Like from where I'm standing, if you have no keys, you're literally only seeing that quarter of the dungeon. You've not seen anything over there. You've not seen anything there or there. Key 1 gets you sort of that way. Key 2 sort of takes you down in there. And Key 3 opens up a large of it. So without any more spoilers, I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, so then the entire administration area upstairs where all the stalls are, the store, the preparation rooms, the loot machine, the key machine, the music, the front entranceway and all that is in addition to those 81 chunks. So scale wise, it is, I would say it's almost double the size of Decked Out. As far as game mechanics go, Decked Out had that idea of, I forget the word, but where the longer you were in or the more noise you made, it would open more doors and would alert the Ravagers to your location, which is really cool. I forgot the word he used though. But anyway, so Tony said it earlier today. But anyway, so rather than that, what I did was this key system. I wanted the dungeon to be many trips. I didn't want it to be just, you win 2 or 3 times and you're done. Like if you watch the Hermitcraft videos, each hermit probably only went into the dungeon 4 or 5 times. Like it wasn't really a longevity event. And I was trying to design this so you could go clank. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. So yeah. So I wanted to make sure that with all the work we did, I didn't want everybody to go in 4 or 5 times and you were done. I wanted this to be, you have to go in 15 times. And any new members who join the server after it launches, there's nothing stopping them from going in. They can go in and have the same enjoyment that people are going in that went in on launch. all I have to do to allow that is to just keep things stocked up. So just make sure that the things all have tokens and those kind of things, right? And make sure I renew the sets, so all the completed sets get put back into the system again and those kind of things. And then people can enjoy this for years. Like it's not something that so it's got more longevity. It's got more repeatability and more playability. And quite a few of the designs were based on if I wanted to change it. So as I had already shown you with where is it here? I'm literally on top of it. But below me right here, with the pressure plate room, that I can change the pattern anytime I want. And without spoiling it, there are some more patterns in the dungeon that you will discover as you go through, and they're changeable at any time. So I can change the combination, I can change the patterns, I can change those so that it could be new again. There is one command block in there. I think most people know about it already, but I did add one command block, and this was only for the purpose of, this was, as Slim just said, a year-long project. And one creeper could destroy a very good part of it. So based on that thing, I spent more than 20 hours doing nothing but spawn proofing this thing. But regardless of how much spawn proofing I did in here, I was still getting the odd spawn here and there. I'd see a creeper here, not a creeper, I'd see a spider here or a zombie here, and I kill them, not a big deal. But if that was a creeper and the people are in the dungeon with no armor, no weapons, no anything, oh, I'm on top. I told Tony I would be spawning creatures. Yeah, I'm spawning zombies right now because of where I am. I didn't want anybody to run into a creeper when they have nothing to fight the creeper with, because the creeper would likely blow up and blow up some of this redstone, which would ruin the game for everybody. So I did add a command block, which literally on the size of this dungeon will kill any creepers that spawn within 2 seconds of them spawning. So if you watch the instruction video, I did say in there, if you see a creeper, just run, because he will despawn within 2 seconds. So that was just to save and not ruin it for anybody, because a random creeper spawns in the dungeon. So that's all that was for. There's no other command blocks. There's nothing in here. This was all completely done in survival. So yes. But anyway, so yeah, as you can see here, tons and tons of room. And Tony, so when we first dug this out, I believe Atlas helped out with some of the digging. Cade and Biggles helped out with some of the digging. Tony and I did the majority of the digging. At one point, though, Tony sort of lost interest and stopped working on it. We had worked on sort of the entranceway and a few of the rooms that we had completed. And then based on that, we sort of took a pause for a couple months where we didn't do anything in here. And Tony got onto other projects and we got doing other things. We watched Tango Tech's launch and everything, and then learned a lot from it. And then I decided about a couple months later to say, hey, we did so much work just setting it up and laying out the map that I wanted to finish it. So about 3 months ago or so, yeah, Atlas, yeah, thanks for all the help with the parkour. But anyways, yeah, about 3 months ago or so, I decided, you know what, I'm going to finish this. And so for about 2 months, I was able to keep it a secret that I was working on this in the background. And then about a month or so ago, Atlas ran into it by accident. She fell into it and saw it and says, holy cow, there's a lot more here than there was before. And then, yeah, and then by that time, yeah, I was ready to start announcing that it was coming. So we started announcing it, and then I did. Then I've been working on it pretty steady for about 6 or 7 weeks before going live. Most of this redstone was done in the last 6 or 7 weeks. A lot of the work was the decorating of the rooms and all that kind of stuff. So that was the majority of the work that was done earlier. I did do a lot of decorating in the last few weeks with armor stands, and as soon as 117 came out, I went and grabbed some pieces and I replaced some decorations in the dungeon with some 117 decorations just to say, hey, we've got some 117. However, I will say, without everybody's help in the last week, we would have been another couple weeks launching before it was ready. Purple, Tony, and Atlas did a fantastic job helping me with getting the set pieces all ready. Tony helped me by actually physically building this machine here, which was awesome. We had built one of these before, so he used that design we did before in the loot box machine on shopping district, but then we expanded it to take on many more items that we have in here, and having randomization and probabilities and everything like that. And then Tony also helped by building one of the rooms in here. I won't say what room right now. Most people know he'd built a parkour room, but nobody's going to get to that room for a while. Tony's in there with key 3, and he still can't reach that room. So you won't get to that room until, I think you need key 5 to get into that room. I can't remember if it's key 4 or 5, but anyways. Yeah. The fact that Tony didn't die in that one room that he was means he may have solved it. So but anyways, yes, so all right. So my second part of my stream today was to go and have some fun in the dungeon. Did Tony die yet? Oh no, he's confused. Where is he? I'm gonna go see where he is. Where is he confused? Let's see how good my flight skills are. Ooh, I think he's over here. My flight skills are not good. Is he still in this room over here? Oh, he's not in this room anymore. Okay. I don't know where he is. Where are you, Tony? Oh, there he is. Nice. Oh, I think I know what he's confused about. That's funny. I can't spoil it. Everybody will see for that. But anyway, so the next thing I wanted to do was to actually go into the dungeon itself. Now, several people have died. And as you can see in my inventory, I have some buckets ready. And the idea here is I want to go into the dungeon and see if I can find some people's heads. So I'm going to go into the 2 lava areas, because that's where the majority of the deaths have happened, and dredge them. Now, I did clear out a couple of heads the other day, but I am going to go in and go ahead and dredge out. I'm just going to break this door. Sorry. Nobody saw me do it. That is forbidden. Nobody's allowed to do that. Except for me. All right. So we are going to go in and look at the 2 areas where there are lava. I'll go to this area first, because anybody who's done the dungeon has... Oh, I'm in survival. I gotta be careful. There we go. Oh, Tony's doing it. He's trying to cheese it. I asked him to try and cheese it, and anyways, I won't give away the pattern. But anyway, so there are a couple people's heads down here. Now, I did clean these out. I did clean this out before. So I don't know if I'm going to find any or not. But for now, I'm going to try and do this anyway. So we're going to go ahead and use some buckets here. And then, as soon as I use the bucket, I can put the... And then I can put the lava back when I'm done, right? That's the idea. So put the wool here, bucket, bucket. Well. Oh. Ah! Douglas's head's in my way. Okay. Bucket. Full. Oh. Oh, that's too deep. Oh, oh, if it's too deep, I wonder if I forgot it was too deep. Oh, there's a head. I saw it. Okay, so if that's the case, we should be able to... The head right here. Can I get it without... I put that wool there and that wool there and then take this wool out. Did the head go away? Where was it? There was a head there. Ah, I did see a head there. I wonder if putting the wool on the head broke it. Hmm. 3 more buckets here. Let's see what we can do. Ooh, it's getting sketchy. I've got enough now. I can fill this up. Shit. What the heck? Did I just lag out? What the heck? Did I just lag into the lava? It's just... I have no idea what just happened. I think I lagged into the lava. Oh, there's a head right there. See if we can get that head. Oh. Let's see who died. Oh. It was Styles' head. Sorry, Styles. Got your head. I did take one of Atlas's heads out of here. I took one of Django's heads out of here already. So, yeah, so those ones have already been claimed. I got 16 buckets of lava. I think that's enough to go ahead. I'm curious if there's a head down in here, too. I'm gonna do this. Hopefully I've got enough lava to fill this back in again. Okay, it looks like there's no heads down there. Okay. But we only got one head out of this one. As I said, I'd already claimed a couple. I know that Tony... No, Tony didn't die. Did Tony die in this place? I think Tony died here once. I don't care about keeping the screen burn up. I know... Sloth died here. Django died here. Atlas died here. I already got their heads. There was Styles' head I just got. So, yeah. I think I'm gonna leave this second layer of wool here and just put one deep lava. I think that'll be okay. Oop. And that would be easier for me to get the heads out. Okay, let's take away this one at a time, and then we'll go dredge the other area. Oh, did I just break glass? I heard glass break. I think I just dropped lava down. Oh, okay. I don't think I broke it in a place where it really matters. Okay. Hopefully, I think I made the glass too thick here, so. So, let's get some lava ready. Put this back in again, and then we can go and dredge the other area. I already took out a couple heads in the other area, but not too much. Just fairly quickly. May have to break my way out of here. Or I'm gonna burn up in the lava. I already died this morning once burning up in the lava. I don't want to die again. Okay. But we can do the parkour, right? It's easy. Why am I hearing... Oh, there's Tony. He's being shot by skeletons. I can hear the skeletons going. I love it. Go, Tony. Fight, Tony. Oh, shit. They got out. He let them out. You're not supposed to let them out, Tony. Well, at least I should be safe here because yeah, I don't have a bow with me, so I can't shoot them across. That's funny. Good thing I've got my armor on. But Tony let them out. We're gonna have to despawn them. Hopefully he's run away and then I can go this way. I don't know where he went. Is it Tony's in a fight for his life? I could drink resistance potion, but I didn't bring any with me, so I got fire resistance on my so I just gotta get this lava back in again so I can close up the dungeon. And then I can go ahead and see if skeletons spawn. Yes, that looks like they did spawn. Okay, so I need to those two pieces of wood, unfortunately. So now we can build this up. With all of that pretty lava sauce, hot sauce. You guys all love it. I'm a little short on lava, but that's alright. Yeah, it's not quite back the way it was, but anyways, I'll come back and fix that afterwards. Alright, so I took out one piece here. I need to put that piece back in. Okay. It's still just as dangerous as it was before. Okay. So, for those of you who have not been through this door, I will try and not spoil the room. But you can see there's a head there. There's a head there. I think that's my head right there, actually. That's where I died this morning, and I'm pretty sure that's Purple's head. Right there. So we're gonna try and get those heads. Yeah, that's Purple's head. I can tell. If you have some of that new lava saver stuff, you can actually get out right there. But if you don't have the lava saver, then there's no chance you're getting out. Alright, so we've got that. Let's get her head. I can. Ooh. We love risking our lives to get a head. I needed Purple's head, though. Oh. She said, if you want my head, you have to go get it out of the lava. I think she was a little salty. Now I have to get my own head. Oh, there's another head right there, too. That looks like sloths. Yeah. Pretty sure that's sloth's head. Get a position here where we're safe to get his head. I think that's gonna. So just in case, that's not where I wanted it. Okay. Oh, there's 2 heads here. Nice. More death and destruction. As I said, one of them. So. See? Look at that. I glitched into it. I don't know why. Good thing I'm not afraid of it, right? Alright. There we go. Okay, so let's get a block there and a block there. There we go. Is that another? Have I found... Okay, so sloths died twice. That was styles. There's purples. Here we go. Alright. Okay, I think we're good to go to... I think that's it. I don't think there's any more heads in here. Unless there's one buried over here somewhere. So we can go ahead and clear this out and then fill it back in again. Have to make sure not to put lava on top of those yellow blocks. That's going to cause people issues. There. Okay. Alright, almost done. Now we can move on. Anybody got an idea for a prank today? I normally prank, and I haven't done a prank yet today. I don't know what my idea is. One of the new guys, maybe? Yeah. Anybody got an idea for a prank? I need an idea. I need my partner in crime, Tony. He always has good ideas for pranks. I mean, there's the tried and true starting raids, but I did help Slim earlier today claim a raid farm, and it was funny because while I was out there, like a villager outpost, while I was out there, there was a village like 40 blocks from it, and there was a raid already going on at the outpost. Is that all my lava? Well, almost a successful... Tony's still in here? Oh. Almost a successful run. But anyways, there you go. Atlas, have you got key number 1 yet? Just questioning. Not sure if Atlas has key number 1 yet. I can prank Tony? He may never come out of the dungeon? Yeah, well, here's a prank. Just get rid of that button. The only way out is death. Where is he? I don't want to go in too far. He's in deep because it'll spoil for other people. I can't see where he is. I want to test this one just to make sure. Somebody said this one wasn't working. There's Tony. Nope. Don't put a thing. Yeah, it works. Yeah. Okay. Alright, so yeah, somebody said that one wasn't working earlier, but it did. Okay, cool. So is he on his way back? There could be a new challenge. Which way did he go though? Come this way? No, he went the other way. Damn it. Trying to prank him. I can't. You haven't got key 1 yet? I think, if I'm right, from everybody watching the stream right now, you might be the only person who doesn't have key 1. Hint. Hint, hint, hint. Okay. End of hint. If you missed that, you can play it back if you choose to. Alright, where's Mr. Tony? I don't see him. Alright, we're getting out of here. No more spoilers. But what I will do is just to see what he says. Now he has to work his way out. I can't reset the dungeon or I'll close it. I'll break the... Oh, there we go. Let's see what he says when he comes across the wool. Alright. Let's clear out my inventory here of all these silly buckets. Oh, can't fit all the buckets in. But I am collecting a bit of a collection of heads. I will even put my own head in here. Just to say I did. There's Styles' head. Purple's head. There we go. This is my death collection. There we go. Oh, look, I got 3 of Sloth's head. Sloth's having fun in there. Look at that. Django, I did lose one of your heads. One fell in the lava. And Atlas, your head also... Oh, no, maybe I did get to keep your head. I think it's... Atlas's head may have been... You're hiding? We have ways of finding you. We have locator maps. We can find you. The only way we can't find you on a locator map is if you take an invisibility potion. But they only last so long. We'll find you eventually. Anyways. So... we're still in stock in here. I'm surprised. I mean, Purple's just sitting here waiting to be pranked. Like, this is like prime pranking position. She can't see me now. She can't see what I'm about to do. Crouch doesn't help you for maps. I don't think that helps for maps. It does so you can't see their name for sure, but I think you can still see them on a locator map. Although I don't know where my locator map is right now, but I am willing to go and get my rockets out here. Let's go see if I can't remember where I put that map. But let's go see. Can we do this? This is the skill. Oh, so close. I've practiced getting all the way into the door without having to get around. Anyways, yeah. Anybody who hasn't seen this yet, it's a close-up look. I did add for those steampunkies, I did add this portal right here, which allows us to get in and out of the steampunk a little easier. We'll probably add another one over here. This is something I have done that I haven't shown anybody yet. I think only Atlas has seen this. But we're working on this orrery, and we've actually done quite a bit of work in here where we've got the bottom pretty much ready to go. I think a little bit of spawn proofing still. But yeah, down in under here, this is all built in now and decorated. With passageways for future expansion into other areas. This is where the train station's going to be. That's for future expansion. And then under here is going to be some potential for some more like mad science type of labs and stuff. So this has all been done in the last... I did this after I finished the dungeon. Just as something different for a change. And I noticed Atlas has been working away slowly on her turbine machine here. It looks awesome. What she's got done so far. Good job. And Scaffa, or Wop Flap, has been digging some holes, or let me put put it in a better way. Committing suicide in some holes. This is, you keep seeing him die. Look, there's his head there. There's one of his heads. I'm sure we'll find some. Oh, yeah, there's another head right there. That looks like a zombie down there. But yeah, so he's been using. Oh, there. He's been using his TNT to blow up his area. So anybody want a wop flap head? There's probably a few available. Oh, yep, there was another one. I just saw it there. Yep, there's another one. A few wop flap heads. Scaff heads. But anyways, yeah, so he's clearing out this huge area here. He's extending the wall. So the wall that we built over here, he's extending that around all the way over to here. He's got some tower planned for here, if I remember correctly. And he's building some underground tunnels there. I don't want to spoil his work. Planned. So lots of interesting stuff there. He left the server, but I don't really know how to prank him. This is his base. How do you prank a base like this? So you can see he's got quite a bit of resources built up already. That's cool. But yeah, I don't know how to prank a base like this. Not quite sure. What banner is this? Probably a pillager banner? Yeah, it's a pillager banner. He did have a creeper blow up, and he blew out this corner of the wall right here. But came along and fix it. But yeah. Cool. You have to watch the recording back atlas to get that. We do have to find a way, though, to Atlas and I were talking about the other day. We do need to find a way to cover up Diablo. This is the steampunk area here. So this is underneath where the this is underneath where that mad scientist area can be. We're gonna put an observatorium up here. Atlas has started looking for ideas. But yeah, the back of Diablo is not really fit the steampunk theme. So I think we're gonna put some kind of like a 1950s Bioshock type of billboard here, I think, to cover up his back, so that he so that he's got he's not quite so domineering in the steampunk area. And then over this area, which is really the last area I have left to expand, is to take over this build here. If somebody else has an idea for this build, then let me know. But this was originally going to be the Hermitron building. Hermitron being the sets game, but we decided to put the sets game into the dungeon, so they're combined. So the sets game building is no longer required. So this has sort of been sitting here for months as an abandoned, halfway done building. I was thinking of turning it into a steampunk factory or something, maybe a boatyard, a shipyard, and then making this the bay for launching the ships or something like that. I'm not sure. Any ideas would be appreciated if you have them. As far as pranking him, cover it with dirt, make him dig it all out again. I could do that. Obsidian would be better though. Let's see what we got here. And he might appreciate the obsidian, although I might need to loan him a pickaxe to dig it. We could make ice and make him slide into his holes more often. Yeah, let's cover it. Let's put a few stacks of ice. And then we'll see what he says when he goes. We'll surround his hole with ice, and then he slides into it. Dies more. This way. That's a lot of berry bushes. I think he's using the berry bushes to protect himself from mobs, which is sort of a strange way to do it, but to each their own. If you put blocks over top of berry bushes today, that's got any consequences. Not sure. I don't know why he did all these path blocks. and then he's blowing it up. Yesterday when I was talking to him, I said, "Put the green wool where you're gonna dig a hole." He like his green wool everywhere. So I don't know what he's doing over here. Let me out. Tony found out. It's just full. What? Tony Thunder suffocated in a wall? What? How did Tony suffocate in a wall? No! My prank killed him? Oops. Oh, that's so funny. Okay, we better go help him since a prank just killed him. We better go help him. Oh, that's hilarious. I think that's hilarious. Prank murderer. Oh. I think that's the first death by prank. Okay, where does his items go? The items go up, maybe? Oh, there they are. What did he get? A diamond, a gold, 5 redstone, 3 green, and he found key 4. Look at that. Spoilers. Alright, I have to go in and fix that. I do happen to have a way to get in and out of the dungeon. I can fix it. Giving away my secrets here, but this. That. There you go. I don't think he's very amused right now. How did he get suffocated? How did he suffocate in a door with wool? Can't you just walk out, back out the other side? Oh, that's too funny. I'm sorry, Tony. It was no intention to kill you, but I'm just honestly just pretty funny though. Oh. I can hear him. He's probably in the other channel, cursing my name. Oh, he was on one heart coming out, so he had risked everything and come out on one heart. Oh, now he's on the thing. Well, there was no intention to kill him, but still pretty funny. In the meantime, anyway, so it is 6:17. I was going to stream for just over an hour, so I am going to end it there. I will probably go over and finish putting some ice over it at Scaffa's thing there. Tony, you have a trident literally coming out your neck. Something is wrong with this picture. Something was wrong with that picture. And you thought I killed him. My goodness. Alright. Anyways, do we want to see him claim his rewards? See what he gets? What I can do. Is he going to claim the rewards? Oh, he's not going to claim them. I was going to take him out of the barrel before he got them. Is he going to claim them? If I break this copper. Item should end up in. Oh, copper in here. Is item coming? Where's his item? Open it. No item. Sorry, Tony. That's pretty funny. Alright. Enough of those shenanigans. I am going to go over and give Scaffa some more ice afterwards, but I'll do it off stream. I am going to end the stream there. I think I've had enough fun with Tony for one day. I can go hear his stories about what happened in the dungeon. And for those of you watching the stream, thanks for being there. Please hit that like button. Yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one, everyone. Bye.